Hello everybody and welcome back to my channel. So today I'm going to be going over two fragrances, and full disclosure, they were sent to me. And these are what they look like. They are Enchantress and Avant-Garde from the house of S1CK. Now S1CK is a jewelry brand, but they do dabble in fragrances. What makes them stand apart is that their fragrances have a heaping dose of pheromones. Now, keep in mind, I know absolutely nothing about pheromones, so I'm not going to talk your ear about them or off about them, but all I do know is that pheromones are supposed to add that little zhuzh to you and, your smell, make you attract a partner, if you know what I mean. So yeah, that's what these have, is that sort of extra zhuzh. And I will say, I have found in the past when I've gotten fragrances from this house that their fragrances really do have an effect on people. I've gotten a lot of compliments and people just really liking these. So they are very compliment getting fragrances, very likable fragrances, but they do add a little bit more of a sex appeal. I'm not gonna lie. I don't know if it's the pheromones or maybe it's a placebo effect I got going on myself, but they definitely grab attention. And I will say the packaging for this set is definitely elevated. I really love that they've come up on the packaging game, especially with these fragrances. This is what they look like. This is the women's one. It is called Enchantress. It is a 60 ml bottle. And I will link where you can find it down below with pricing and everything. The inside looks like this. It's giving me Bad and Bougie vibes, very Middle Eastern fragrance sort of aesthetic. And I'm kind of loving that because I've been really into Middle Eastern bottles and the whole Bad Bougie aesthetic. And this is hitting the marks for me. On the inside, you have your notes. The top notes are cassis, pear, lychee, mandarin. You've got middle notes of iris, water lily, and jasmine. And then base notes of vanilla, oak moss, cedar, and musk. And it has a little thing on the inside as well, so I'll read it to you guys. Enchantress, enthrall him with a captivating atmosphere that exudes a fresh and alluring charm, complemented by a delicate rose essence and a subtle hint of aromatic musk until he succumbs to your enchantress-like charm. I thought that was really cute. And yeah, the bottle really does give me sort of an enchantress. This would be sitting on her vanity, very Bad and Bougie. You know that aesthetic, that girl. And yeah, I'm gonna spray myself with it. Screw it. It's gonna be my fragrance of the day. Right off the bat, it is a very juicy, almost aquatic fragrance. It has this very sort of water feel, very juicy fruit sort of feel, almost biting into a very ripe pear. That's sort of the effect I get. It adds a little bit more of a wateriness because of the, I think, lychee note. Lychee can come off very watery and sort of milky, and it's playing very beautifully with this very deep vanilla base that it has. Something that stands out is the woody vanilla base that this fragrance sits on. It's very prominent, and even from the cap, I get this very strong wood note. It almost gives me an oudi vibe, and that's why I feel this reminds me a lot of Middle Eastern fragrances. It almost has a slight oudi effect, but I know it's not oud. It's just the way that all the notes are complementing themselves, and I know pheromones can be kind of strong, so they need heavier notes to cover them. So I think that they are really well hidden in this because I'm not really getting that sort of feel, but it is very potent, and a little goes a long way. I have worn this out a couple times and it definitely has gotten me a "you smell good." It was from my mother, so I don't know if that counts, but I need to wear this one out and see its full effect, if I'm honest, because yeah, the last fragrance I reviewed from this house was Indie Mood, and that one garnered me a lot of compliments everywhere I went, from men, women. It didn't matter. People were just always coming closer and wanting to smell me. And sometimes I would talk to clerks in stores and they would get tongue twisted trying to talk to me. Somehow I made them really nervous. And it was always when I wore that fragrance. So I thought that was really interesting, and just little things that I was sort of always taking mental notes on was sort of people's reactions to the fragrance when I would wear it out. And I will say that one, I don't know what it was. It was pure magic, but that one got me a lot of compliments. And I feel this one would do the same. I would definitely classify this more as a nighttime fragrance. I would wear it out to a club or on a date or somewhere really romantic. This gives me sort of romantic vibes. And it sort of reminds me of, what is it called? There's like Gemma de something, Gemma de Paraíso from Roberto Cavalli. It sort of gives me that vibe. That sort of like woody, fresh, playful, juicy sort of fragrance. If you're familiar with that one, definitely check this one out. It has a very similar vibe, but this one, in my opinion, is so much better, so much juicier and fresher, and very, very vanillic. So if you're a fan of vanilla, check this one out, you guys. Really, really good one. Now, the next one that I'm going to talk about is the men's one. Again, this comes in a 60 ml version. This one is called AvantGarde, and it's got beautiful packaging just like the last one. And then the fragrance sits on the inside like this. It is a slightly different style. Honestly, I really like the way they did these bottles. You've got top notes of grapefruit, lemon, bergamot, vetiver, blackcurrant, pink pepper, cedar, and then base notes of benzoin, leather, musk, and smoke. And then they have a little caption in here as well. It says, AvantGarde, draw yourself in and transport into a world of high-class sophistication and playful attraction vibes. Make a lasting impression with opportunity to indulge in the ultimate sensory pleasure. Very, very bold statement and very bold bottle. I kind of really like it. It's bad and bougie, but like for him. And I like the plaque that it has. It says AvantGarde Pheromone Eau de Parfum by S1CK. This one, you guys, juicy. This is a really juicy, fruity fragrance that has the most delicate, smoky after effect. This is really, really nice. It gives me grown. It gives me sexy. It's very like, this would grab my attention. Honestly, if I smelt this on a man, it sort of reminds me of a Ventus, but the more birchy versions of that fragrance, the heavier birch and smoke ones, those batches is what this kind of reminds me of. It's very juicy, very playful, very attractive. If I smelt this on a man, I would definitely go up to him and compliment him. It just smells really sexy to me. I don't know if it's the pheromones or like what, but like I am attracted to this fragrance and I think it smells really, really good. But then again, it does remind me of some of my favorite Aventus sort of batches. So the very like birchy, heavy smoked ones, those have always grabbed my attention because they are like the perfect mix of like fruity and smoky and playful and dark. I don't know. I find those batches very sexy. This one reminds me so much of that. If you are a fan of Aventus or very like smoky, delicious, fruity fragrances, do yourself a favor and check this one out. I really like it. I think it's sexy. And like I said, the bottles and packaging are so elevated. I am like so happy for this launch and congratulations to Johnny. You killed it with this pair. I've really enjoyed his fragrances. I highly suggest you guys check them out. If you want to try them out, I will link everything down below. But till next time, you guys, I hope you enjoyed the video. I hope it was helpful. I'm going to try to bring you guys more content. I just recently moved back home, so everything is kind of scattered all over the place, and I ended up letting go of most of my fragrances. I had like over 500 and I cut it down to probably less than 100. So yeah, that's been interesting. I never thought I was gonna let go of so many fragrances, but because of my circumstances and just everything that was going on, I had to let go of a lot of things in order to get away from that situation. And it was ultimately for the best, because I'm happier now and doing so much better. My mental health has never been better, and honestly, that is like a crucial key component to everything that I'm trying to do nowadays, is keep my mental health in check. And really working on myself and keeping negative people out of my life. I think that is a crucial thing that everyone should work on, because the last thing you'll need is negativity. 2020 was a hard year, 2021, 2022. I'm looking at 2023 and I'm not going to let anything get me down this year, even though it's been kind of a shit show. I am, however, looking forward to the end of the year, my birthday. I'm turning the big 3-3 and I'm kind of super excited for it. Why? I have no clue, but I just am. But yeah, if you guys want to see more content, definitely let me know what kind of fragrance videos you guys want to see. I can definitely talk about the few fragrances that I do have in my collection currently, just because like I did really have to scale down, and I took just what I thought was the best of the best. If you guys want to see that and sort of see that journey, definitely let me know. If not, I've got some more content coming for you guys, so definitely stay tuned. Till next time, you guys, love you so much. Catch me on Instagram. Bye.